So we have these chords that go together really well. However, there's a reason those chords go together really well, and it is born out of the major scale. The major scale is the foundation of all Western-based music, all the music that we typically listen to. Even if you're a rock guitar player and you're playing the minor pentatonic all the time, the music that we all commonly listen to is based on the major scale. So that major scale in open position in the key of C is played like that, and all the letters that are these notes are just the alphabet from C. C, D, E, F, G, and then the musical alphabet goes round in a circle from there, so it goes back to A, B, and C. So C to C, we have all the letters A to G, basically, but it's in a cycle. And then it's when we put chords to those that the first one, so C, would be major. The fourth and the fifth would also be major, the F and the G. Essentially, all the others are minor, which primarily are the D minor, E minor, and A minor. We do have a tricky thing with the B where it would technically be a diminished chord, but commonly that gets swapped out for a slash chord like the C/B, or even just as a G. We'll cover diminished chords in another lesson because I'm keeping this appropriate for beginners. So commonly that kind of seventh note of the scale is B, and we'll just swap that for a slash chord, the C/B. That is called diatonic chords or diatonic harmony. So diatonic just means from the tonic, and the tonic is whatever key you're in. So from C. And that is the basis of all music that we currently listen to. And it's such a massive thing because so many people, the question that you need to ask if you want to be able to solo over pieces or either jam with other musicians and things is kind of what key are we in and then what scale are we using? And this sort of answers both of those questions if you understand it. Because we have the major scale, but then every note in every chord, C, G, the A minor, the F, everything, uses notes only from that major scale, which gave us the root notes earlier. And this is a topic that we're going to be explaining a lot more in the future, but that is the crux of it. And I will explain that much better in an edited video, in a scripted video, to come in the future, and it's going to be part of a free music theory course that I will be doing, but that's really practical. So if you know how to do that, if you know the chords that are in the key of C, you can just play them one after the other in any order, and it's always going to work. It's always going to work fine. And then if you played notes over that from the major scale, that would also work. There are easier keys and there are harder keys. So the easy key, is this why we need to know caged as well? I'll be covering caged in a second, dude, so it's alright. But in short, caged is kind of a different thing. Caged is more used for note location higher up the neck rather than with keys. But good question. So the easy keys are the key of C, because there are no sharps and flats in the key of C. And the next easiest key would be G, because we only have one sharp in that major scale. Now again, sharps and flats on guitar aren't as much of a big deal for us because we don't normally come across them, because all the open chords are just G, C, A and E. There aren't any sharp and flats open chords. And, if we do come across a sharp, then it's just like another fret. So we don't sweat about sharps, but we can get, they can puzzle guitarists, definitely, sometimes. But they're not that much of a big deal to beginners because we just don't come across them. But the best way to think about sharps and flats is they naturals, as we call them, which are the normal notes, so just A, B, C, D, are the white notes on a piano or keyboard. And then the black keys are the sharps and flats. So, and if you were in the first sort of year of playing piano, for example, you're going to be just sticking to the white keys all the time for everything that you learn, and you only learn the black keys to be able to really find the white ones. So it's normally the same for many instruments at least, and certainly guitar and piano. We stay away from sharps and flats for quite a while, but there is one sharp in the G major scale, and it's that 7th note, and it's an F sharp. So that poses a couple of problems with that. There's also a bar chord in it of the chords in the key of G. G, A minor, B minor, always poses some problems. However, it's all right. It's an easy. You will all know plenty of songs that are in the key of G.